Today we will learn about the Salt March and the Civil Disobedience Movement. Mahatma Gandhi found in salt a powerful symbol that could unite the nation. So Mahatma Gandhi found used salt as a powerful weapon or a symbol. So because of salt we can unite the whole nation of, or you can say our whole India, that is both Hindu and Muslim. On 31st January 1930, he sent a letter to Viceroy Irvin stating 11 demands. So on 31st January 1930, Mahatma Gandhi sent a letter to Viceroy Irvin stating 11 demands. Some of these were of general interest, others were specific demands of different classes from industrialists to peasants. So whatever the demands from the industrialists to the peasants were all drafted in the 11 demands which was given by the Gandhiji to Viceroy Irvin. The idea was to make the demands wide ranging so that all classes within Indian society could identify with them and everyone could be brought together in a united campaign. So the idea was to make the demand to spread in a large areas, and with the help of these all the classes within the Indian society they can identify their own you can say identity, and with this method everyone could be brought in a single platform. The most stirring of all was the demand to abolish the salt tax. So the most important you can say objective in order to launch the Salt March or the Dandi March was to abolish the salt tax. Salt was something consumed by the rich and the poor alike, and it was one of the most essential items of food. So salt was something which was consumed by both the rich and the poor section of the society, and it was one of the most important ingredients or you can say items which are used in food. The tax on salt and the government monopoly over its production, Mahatma Gandhi declared, revealed the most oppressive fact of British rule. So the tax on the salt and the government monopoly means only one person have the authority to sell that goods or commodity. That means in this case the British government had only the authority to produce the salt. No Indians can produce the salt of their own. So this was the rule which was established by the British rule, and in order to suppress this rule and to eradicate tax on the salt, he had organized the Dandi March. Mahatma Gandhi's letter was in a way an ultimatum. If the demands were not fulfilled by 11th March, the letter stated the Congress would launch a civil disobedience campaign. So the letter which was given by the Gandhiji to the Viceroy Irvin by stating the 11 demands, if the British government would not agreed upon these 11 demands till 11th March, the Indians, or you can say the Congress, will launch a civil disobedience campaign in India. Irvin was unwilling to negotiate. So Lord Irvin was unwilling to negotiate or accept the demands of the Mahatma Gandhi. So Mahatma Gandhi started his famous Salt March accompanied by 78 of his trusted volunteers. So remember that how many disciples or how many followers had followed the Mahatma Gandhi in the Dandi March. It is 78. Remember that. This is very important. So as Viceroy Irvin, he didn't accepted the demand. So Mahatma Gandhi, he started the Dandi March with his disciple or followers, that is of 78 volunteers. The march was over 240 miles from Gandhiji's ashram in Sabarmati to the Gujarati coastal town of Dandi. So it was of 240 miles from Gandhi's ashram in Sabarmati to the Gujarati coastal town of Dandi. Remember this is very important. The volunteers worked for 24 days, about 10 miles a day. So remember this also. So it took how many days? It took 24 days to travel them from Sabarmati Ashram to the Dandi. Thousand came to hear Mahatma Gandhi wherever he stopped, and he told them what he meant by Swaraj and urged them to peacefully defy the British. So in the way towards the Dandi, Gandhiji, he stopped and told the normal citizens about the Swaraj, or you can say the independence, and he urged or rather request the normal citizens to peacefully protest against the British without following the passage of violence. On 6th April, he reached Dandi and ceremonically violated the law manufacturing salt by boiling seawater. So on 6th April, he reached the place named as Dandi and he violated the law, that is the salt law, by manufacturing salt by boiling the seawater.